Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me, or good morning. This is the Mercedes EQA 250, 190 horsepower front wheel drive, that's 140 kilowatt, has a 80 kilowatt hour battery but only 66.5 kilowatt hours can be used. It charges very well, I saw 110 kilowatt and then 100 kilowatt up to 70%, even at 90% around 60 kilowatt. I can show you in a second. And today I will do 1,000 kilometers on the highway with this car, because this is a test of endurance that Björn Nyland, subscribe, he's the best, invented. And he's doing it on the Norwegian highways where you can go 120 or 110, I can't remember. But I can do unlimited speed at some parts. So I will do the top speed of this car with 160, and I'm going to Dresden and back. I do the same route that I did with my ID3 with Walter. It took 10 hours and 34 minutes in the summer with Walter, in summer, end of September or middle of September, who cares. And today I'm doing this here, and what is it? May 1st, it's a holiday, Saturday. Not too warm, it should get a bit warmer, 15, 16, 17, I think maybe 18 degrees. And it could rain, but not too much and not everywhere where I'm going. So I'm very excited about that. The test will show endurance, how's the battery after charging a few times, after driving it down, plug it in, does the charging always work, the handshake and everything. That's all important stuff that you don't see if you just drive the car for an hour or so. And today I want to beat Walter's time, 10.5 hours. I'm charging to 100%. Yeah, even at this speed, 35 kilowatt. I saw at 90 that it flipped from 69 kilowatt down to 60 or so. I have to go 1,010 kilometers to get 1,000 kilometers. But I measured it with Google Maps. I know where it is. It's just 1 kilometer or 2. I know where it is, I don't know how far it is, but maybe 1 or 2 kilometers from the Ionity charger in Straubing. This is where I got stranded with the Renault Twingo. So a few hundred meters before the spot where the Twingo ran out of battery at 11% or 10% state of charge. Top notch. Yeah, 100%. It shows 367 kilometers. That's good. Very nice screens. You can change the view, how it looks like, and what you can see in the left, in the right, or in the middle. You can do that. So many options. Screen is nice. In here you have nice stuff. I have my phone here. It even says the Me app told me that the charging is done. Cool. I like that. And my charging card from Mercedes, and here I have my live streaming phone. Live stream hasn't started yet, but in a few minutes. And my microphone, and there's a camera there that if I film a bit, it's not just too boring, and this one too. And this one I can control via voice control, but this one I have to reach, but it's not too far. So it's all fine. And there's my food, and camera goes in here. I'm all prepared. I have everything in the navigation, and this car is amazing with navigation because it will show you augmented reality. There's a camera in front. It will show you, okay, here's with blue arrows, the same as the ID head-up display, augmented reality part, but just here in the screen. The head-up display, by the way, is just amazing. It's incredibly bright and sharp and shows a lot of info. I love it. And here it also shows you traffic lights. So if you turn that on and you're on a traffic light, it will show that, because maybe you're too close, you can't see it. It will show with the camera the traffic lights. It's awesome. So if you want the top one, you do this. If you want CCS, you do the bottom and then both open. And it's so fast. And if you want to get your charge plug, you press this button and it will unlock, even though the charger is still charging. It's amazing. You just boop, boop, plug, and if you're done, press this. The only thing what's a bit annoying, when the ignition is still on, you cannot open this charge port. I'm on my way. Already drove 68 kilometers in 28 minutes. Average speed is 146. That's the stuff. I'm driving the top speed constantly. Top speed is at 163. I'm now at 160 because I have the cruise control on and the self a steering assist, and I have here in my instrument cluster on the left, I have the trip meter from reset, in the middle from start, on the right my map, and I can also show the normal trip meter that even has 100 meters, because this trip meter here only shows kilometer. Where am I with the state of charge? Is 59% because I'm driving fast, and it was uphill the first 10 kilometers, and driving uphill with 160 is of course not very efficient. I mean, look at the average consumption. It was higher before, it was 380 before. Arrived here, my stats so far, can you see? That's it. I arrived with 9%, 20 kilometers of range, already charging with 105 kilowatt or so. Let's look. 111 kilowatt even, 112. That's the stuff. It will keep that speed for a very long time. That's cool. That was a fun ride. Everything worked. There were a few speed limits, but only 2 construction zones. The fan is kicking in to cool the battery. Charging pretty good. Charged to 150 kilometers, and then we go. So it shows me charging speed, 105 kilowatt. We're at 44%, 110 kilometers of range. And then here it shows me possible to reach destination, because I always put the next destination in there, at 49% with at 921. But I will charge a tiny bit more. I want to charge to 145 kilometers of range. Go to navigation, and it's just nice. Look at that. That's the augmented reality part. It shows the camera in front. Look at that, at 58%, still 100 kilowatt. The car shows 98. I'm gonna stop charging now. This is my data, so I know. For later, 20 minutes, 36 kilowatt hours. Like I'm growing something here. I arrived with those stats for the whole trip and those stats for the last charger. I arrived with 11%, had around 20 kilometers range left. Charging now at 110 kilowatt. And I can see that it even charging. Ooh, there's someone lost the card. I don't know what this is. I don't have to arrive at 10%. I can arrive with 30% too and still get 100 kilowatt. And those 100 kilowatts stay on to 60%. You still have 100 kilowatts. So that's awesome. The drive here was fine. I think there was no construction zone just here. When I'm going out, they will have construction, and I think there will be more construction now on the way to the next charger, Altenburger Land Süd. I think it's around 145 kilometers, have to put it into navigation, and then I charge 40 kilometers more range to get there easy, if there's a problem or something, just to be safe. But the drive here was great. I drove most of the time top speed. I had a few speed limits, of course, 130, 120 and 100, but car is doing great. So far, this is the 3rd charge and still charging amazing. It's cooling right now. The fans are on, the battery is being cooled. Consumption is high, but I'm driving also fast. But it's a lot of fun. It's very comfortable and very stable. I like that. 97 kilowatt at 57%. Ooh, it went down to 60. What's going on? Oh my God. What's going on? Is the battery hot? The fan is off, it was on before. Maybe I have to be in the car so the fan goes on. That's not nice. I don't want 60 kilowatt. So we unplugged and plugged back in, and now we're back at 92 kilowatt. So it was a mistake either from the charger or from the car, from the BMS. But now it's 66%, I still have 92 kilowatt. And it says 20 minutes to 100%, not the 29 that it said before with the 60 kilowatt. So it was a good thing we stopped charging. Yeah, now that's better. Still 84 kilowatt at 74%. That's better. We go to 8.5, 6 minutes, plus the 36 kilowatt hours I charged before in the 22 minutes. I'm on the way from the charger. It took 36 minutes off the highway and back with charging. I drove already 30 kilometers. My consumption is pretty high because it's so hilly, and I even slowed down to 150. But it's getting better a bit now. It was at 380 before, now at 363. Still 115 kilometers to the charger. I have 135 kilometers of range. I don't even know what percentage I am. I can't see it here. I have to press buttons to see my state of charge. I arrived here with 16%, maybe even less. I should know, huh? Doesn't matter. Charging with 111 kilowatt. Let's look at the stats. Yes, in the middle was the trip from the last charger, 139 kilometers. Yeah, the car showed me a different route, which was wrong, but I knew. And for the whole trip, 420 kilometers. This is 1% underreporting, so we should be at 425. And right now, I cannot see how far it is to the next charger. Maybe I have to use Google Maps. So, because it's adding a charging stop that I don't want to. Yeah, it was a fun ride as well. In the beginning it was a bit of a high consumption because it was uphill, but it went downhill, and then there was a few speed limits with 130, but I think no construction. Or was it? But I don't think 80 kilometers an hour construction. We'll see now in the last part. There's an EQV charging beside me. Cool, he's cleaning his windshield. He has to get up the car. Car is holding up pretty nice, charging with 110 kilowatt. Still impressed. It showed me the wrong charger. It showed me the right charger, but it wanted me to go off the highway, the next exit, and then come back here, but you can't do that. So it wanted me to come up here a road that you're not allowed to go, so that was weird. But other than that, it's fine. And then now next stop is Ionity Dresdner Tor Nord. This is the first charger where I charged with ID3 when I got it in September. And 113 kilometers. Still 96 kilowatt at 63%, and I will stop at 36.5 in 21 minutes. I'm away from the charger, already 31 kilometers. There was a construction zone with 60 for, I don't know, 8 kilometers or so. And the car is navigating me a different way than I want to go. It would be shorter, but I calculated with Google Maps for the 1,000 kilometers, and then this is wrong. So I have to drive differently. So I know that it's for sure the right way. But it should be okay. Consumption is pretty high right now because I'm driving top speed. And at 500 kilometers we make the next video to see what time we are, because it's 12:30, not even 5 hours. I have 15 minutes to drive, 54 minutes. Then in 5 hours I drove 500 kilometers, which would be awesome. Almost 500 kilometers. Now 500 kilometers, and it is 12:50, which means 5 hours, 12:51, 5 hours and 6 minutes for 500 kilometers. That's pretty good. I arrived with 18%, 110 kilowatt is our charging speed. Let's go to the next charger. How far is it? I have it in my previous destination. It's Altenburger Land Nord. There it is. And it will 103 kilometers, but normally it adds charger. And here we have our trip. So from reset from the beginning, we have 533 kilometers, average speed 121. Yeah, the last part, the 60 kilometer zone, slow that down, the consumption. And from the last leg, yeah, you can see 110. We have to speed that up. But still, it was fun. That was fun. Let's charge a bit. 44 kilometers to the next charger. It says I should be there in 23 minutes. Stats I show you when we're there. Everything's fine, everything's working good. It feels like it's less construction on this side so far. I like that. That's why my average speed on this leg is 138. Oh, I'm driving cruise control 160. And again, I can't say it enough. It's so comfortable and so stable. So it's really nice. And I could use auto steering right now, would be even more, even better. We're here at the next charger. As usual, you can see here on the left from the start, and on the right the last leg. Only 95 kilometers. I thought I started too late. I started 6 or 7 kilometers too late. It should be 103 or so. And what time is it? What is it? 2:22. Okay, so I'm guessing when I leave I have 7 hours. Let's put in the next navigation. What's it? Oh, charging speed. Turn off the car, otherwise you can't see it. Here is it, 106 kilowatt. And again, charging 111 kilowatt. 300 amp I think is the limit. I think that's what it's made for. Still great car. That was fun again. There was a stupid stretch of 12 kilometers with 60 speed limit, not the whole thing, let's say 10 kilometers with 60, because the road was just horrible. That was annoying. God, it was annoying. When you're driving on speed and then you have to do that, it's really annoying, but just can't do anything. I mean, again, I always say it would be the best 1,000 kilometer route will be between two Ionity chargers, 150 kilometers apart, and just go from one to another. If they both are right on the highway, so that you can turn around and go the other way, that would be the best thing to drive as fast as possible, 1,000 kilometers. But I don't think it's nice, it's just boring. And here I go to Dresden and back. And now charging here, 280 kilometers, and then we go to Himmelkron, and then we are chargers we already seen. Almost done. It was my longest charging stop at all. We stop at 48 kilowatt hours in 29 minutes. Okay, I left the charger again, already 56 kilometers away from the charger. It's 84 to the next charger, causes I arrive with 21%. I have the self-steering feature on. You can see that here at the green thing. And also in the head-up display. Also shows it there. And yes, I have, what do I have? 26 kilometers of margin. It should be fine. I'm sure there's construction somewhere, and if not, I slow it down a bit. arrived here at Himmelkron. I only charged it was before. There was a traffic jam there. There was an accident in a construction zone. So, and I timed it, and it was around 12 minutes. But I also drove a bit, so I would say 10 to 11 minutes I would deduct for that. But here is our consumption. Yeah, oh, the one in the middle is wrong. It has to be this one, yes. And I can reset that already for the next leg. Yeah, it's raining a bit. Already stopped, I think. No, it's still a bit, but it was raining a lot for a minute. Yeah, I have 805 kilometers, so in reality that's 813 or so, but it's 9 hours almost. So we're not as fast as I thought we would be in this car. I thought it would be faster. We'll see. Well, I still had to use the heat a bit, but not too much. Oh, AC is on. Where would I turn this on? I don't need AC. It was by mistake. Yeah, no, rain stopped. Speed limit here. Still 75 to the next charger, and the last charger till we hit the 1,000 kilometers. Then we have to charge to drive another 120 kilometers or so. Arrived at the next charger. Data for this leg. For the whole trip I will charge now to 140 kilometers of range, and then we go. Let's reset my trip. There we go. Look, I can see the augmented reality part. We're charging at 112 kilowatt, and there's an iX7. Look at that. Danke. Look at that. And it's charging with 87 kilowatt at 83%. Hello. 72.5 kilowatt hours in 32 minutes. That's interesting. Looks nice. Yeah, 72.6 kilowatt hours in 32 minutes. That's a good charging speed. It's a huge car. So, we are almost at 10 hours in 2 minutes, and I drove 895 kilometers, but this trip meter shows 1% less, so we're already above 900 kilometers. So still around 90 kilometers to go. And like I said, we are at the 10-hour mark. I was hoping we would be there already. I thought it would be faster than my ID3. ID3 took 10 hours, 34 minutes, but remember with all the traffic and problems, I would deduct 10 or 15 minutes of that, so let's say 10:20. I don't think we can make 10:20. 13 kilometers to go, it's 2 kilometers before the charger, so 15 kilometers to the charger. And that would mean 991 kilometers. That also seems pretty on the ball. It's I think 1 kilometer, because here are the solar panels. That's it. I know that this is 1,000 kilometers for Google Maps. Still 3 kilometers to go to the charger, but we did it. It says here 990 kilometers. That is also true, because this trip meter is 1% off. And it took us 10 hours and, my God, 42 minutes, but I deduct 10 minutes because of the traffic jam. So 10 hours and 32 minutes, and with the ID3 it took me 2 minutes more, but at the ID3 traffic was way worse. I had great traffic today, and I think it was less construction today also. So ID3 is faster on 1,000 kilometers. I'm still happy. This was a great drive. I just drove by where I stranded with the Twingo. When was that? Last week? It was last Sunday or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago on Sunday. Well, we drive in here now, charge at the last Ionity charger just to get home. For the whole trip, again, this is really above 1,000 kilometers, so the consumption is lower too. And this was the last leg. So 1% less consumption. So 303. That's for the whole trip. Well, that was it. That was fun, even though it took so long. I mean, almost 11 hours. It's a great car to drive, especially for long distance. This was fun. It's charging well. It's already cooling the battery. It's charging at 110, 112 kilowatt. Awesome, and it stays for long. I love it. Consumption was high. That's why we went faster than the ID3. Of course, of the kilowatt hours that I add here, how much I used on the drive, it's not for 1,000 kilometers. This would only be true if I charge the car now to 100%, because I started at 100%, and then we know what I used for the whole drive. But you can think that, so maybe another 60 kilowatt hours on top of what you see, what I used or what I charged on the route. This could come close to what you need to drive 1,000 kilometers at this speed. I mean, I was driving almost top speed the whole time. The reason is that there's so much construction and speed limits that it just makes sense that in between you drive a bit faster. And I think it was a good speed. Maybe 150, who knows? But I'm not doing this twice to know what's the best speed for that. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. And subscribe for more videos with the EQA that are coming soon. Bye!